So Ron Paul has actually came out saying that the U.S. doesn't really have a lot of room to kind of be able to condemn Russia for what they've supposedly done, even though there's no clear evidence for it, and it has not been officially confirmed that they, quote, interfered in the election, however they magically did. But we got some quotes here. Quote, "I'm sure the Russians are interfering," added Paul, a three-time White House hopeful. "We are interfering all the time. If you review the history of how many elections we've been involved with, how many countries we've invaded, and how many people we've killed to have our guy in, I'll tell you what, we don't have very much room for condemning anybody else." Paul said Russia did not noticeably influence the heated 2016 race between Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, who is now the president-elect. Quote, "I think it's insignificant, but I don't think it made any difference. But when you lose, you can jump on that and make a big point of it," he said. Quote, "I think the spying and interference is sort of the nature of our governments. That's why I'd like to see government much smaller." Okay, so he hits on many points there. The first point being that they don't have much room to talk about it because they have done the same in so many different countries. And I actually wrote a list down of different countries that they've done. I'm going to link you guys to this Huffington Post article that specifies and goes into detail about all of these because we don't have time here to do that. But that's the one thing that he hits a point on. The second point he hits on is the political play of this and not necessarily the truth factor of whether it's actually true or not, which is what I totally think this is. It's not because they actually did it, but because they want to make Putin and Russia a scapegoat for Hillary Clinton instead of saying, "Oh, she ran a shitty campaign. She went after moderate Republicans instead of going after the people's base that she destroyed and all this type of stuff," right? The last point that I wanted to bring up when he said, it's kind of the nature of our governments, and I'd like to see government much smaller. He's kind of like a Rand Paul, obviously he's his dad, right? But the point is that at least he seems to be at least somewhat principled on what he thinks, and I think that that's the difference between him and like maybe, I don't know, Romney or Trump or something like that. But here's the list of countries that the United States has intervened in: Honduras, Guatemala, Iran, Haiti, Congo, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. So I'd like you guys to check the Huffington Post article. The link will be in the description.